During the christening of HMCS Oakville on November 5th, 1941, same date as today, the town presented several gifts to the crew, but one item really stood out and was directly related to that ship's bell. The Corvette Committee at the time acquired a bell, a replacement bell for the Corvette. And what they did is they gifted it to HMCS Oakville when it arrived for the christening ceremony. Now the idea was actually to remove Oakville's, the original official bell, which is right there, and then replace it during the ceremony with the new one. But I tell you, the Navy really doesn't want those bells to fall off when it's in the North Atlantic, and they couldn't get it off, so Oakville had to ship it back to them a few weeks later on. Then Mayor Deans pledged that the bell clapper would be sealed, and, quote, "There it will remain, a silent ship's bell until cessation of hostilities or until the ship is sunk."
Grace Leonard Schroeder's brother was one of the students who presented the bell to the crew in 1941.
And then all of the school kids were marched downtown from school to the lake to see the boat come in with the boys. We talked about it all our lives until he died, but it went missing for a long time.
After the war, the promised grand ceremony never took place, and just as Grace said, the bell disappeared. It was lost for more than 8 decades, until one day during the pandemic, when a box was left on the step outside the Oakville Historical Society with the bell inside and no note of explanation.
Finally, this critical link to the ship is where it belongs, celebrated and cherished where the public can see it. You know, Oakville, the ship, may be gone, but its heart and what it stood for remains. Oakville is still and will forever be our town's flower. Petty Officer, 8 bells in honor of His Majesty's Canadian ship Oakville.
The bell stubbornly proved it hadn't been rung in 81 years and required Commander Glenn Wilfri to jump in to assist.
You do the last 4.
Despite the minor hiccup, Petty Officer Theodoratos says it was an experience he'll never forget.
And then I just felt great knowing that I'd be a part of history and ringing the bell.
The historian me is just geeking out, has to know this. Back in 1941, the Minister of Defense for Naval Affairs, Angus L McDonald, was in Oakville for the ship's christening. And now, 81 years to the day, we have the Minister of Defense here to honor the ship again.
I can't tell you how honored I am to be here as the Minister of National Defense and the Member of Parliament for Oakville. 81 years ago, there was this promise to come back and have a celebration of HMCS Oakville and its survival. And that's exactly what we did today. And I am just overwhelmed with pride and honor of being here to share in this moment with our incredible town.
Reporting for Halton News, I'm Nikki Wesley.